Hello and welcome to episode number 11 of our whisky tasting, and we're back in Islay for a Bunnahahbain and a Grooves. I think we'll do the Bunnahahbain first because it's a little bit lighter in peat and a little bit lighter in strength. So this is the Toiteach da. It basically means smoky. The da is 2, so it's smoky number 2. The first one was Toiteach. And it was one of their first kind of, I wouldn't say first, but I think last year, the year before, their peaty range, because Bunnahahbain doesn't really do a lot of peaty ones. So this is smoky number 2. In my opinion, it's a lot better than smoky number 1. This was bought at the distillery. I can't remember exactly the price online. It's going for about 41, 42, but I think I paid 45 or 43. Something like that. 46.3% alcohol. Charming with rich oak and pleasant warming peatiness which drifts, whatever that means, towards a sweet Oloroso sherry influence balanced with peppery notes. That pretty much says everything about the whiskey already. So it's peaty and finished in an Oloroso sherry cask. Not bad. So, shall we? Let me first introduce my friend. As I've said before, I'd like to do these tasting videos not entirely by myself. It would always be good to have somebody else there to have like two different opinions. So we've got Graham, who is the better half or worse half, whichever way you look at it, of our admin.
Far worse.
of our admin, Sarah. So. I don't know why you're here in the middle of the day. Don't you have work to do?
I'm off on holiday and there's whiskey to be drank, so...
Where's my water?
Needs a better excuse.
Yeah. So these are fairly peaty ones, and what we're going to do is we're going to... So have you ever done a whiskey tasting before?
No. Not
Okay.
tasting, drinking, but not tasting.
So what we'll do is we'll recap back to episode 1, some whiskey tasting... I wouldn't say rules, but maybe like
Guidelines.
Guidelines is a good thing. So what we'll do is we will get a bit in there, and what we'll do is we'll taste a wee bit, put it on our tongues, leave it in there, close your mouth, let the burn disappear a bit, and then when you swallow it, you try and swallow it all over the back of the mouth.
Yep.
So you get as much of it as you can. This is not too cold because it's a bit warmer now, but the first videos we did was pretty cold in here, so
Okay.
it's an idea to have the whiskey around room temperature.
Okay.
So, but this is fairly okay. So, Slanjava.
There you are.
So at 46.3, has a bit of a bite.
Lovely.
Not bad, huh? This is a really nice one. So, again, I would say these notes are pretty accurate. It's actually quite peaty, considering it's a Bunnahahbain. It's really warm in the mouth, and I think because it's so warm, it might actually benefit from a wee bit of water. So the pepper, it says here, it ends in a sweet Oloroso sherry influence balanced with peppery notes. I would agree with the pepper.
Getting the peppery one, yeah.
The pepper is
definitely.
really coming out in the end. So what I do is to make sure I don't put too much water in. I put a bit in the cap, because all you want is a couple of drops.
Okay.
So put a bit in the cap, and then just throw it in. So I don't really do this with lighter ones. Because this is 46, this might actually benefit. What you're looking for now, if it's become any smoother, and if there's any other flavors that are coming out that you haven't realized before, because the moment that you put water in, it kind of slightly affects it.
Yep.
It does change actually. This one. I don't
That's
know if
a
it's.
change.
I don't know if I prefer it with the water or not. It's definitely smoother, but I think some of that first
You lose
warmness.
you lose a bit of the warmness.
Yeah, for sure. The pepperness has also disappeared a bit, I think.
It's lovely.
I mean, think about it, right? For a 45 odd pound bottle of whiskey, this is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's actually a good point, because when I was driving, I was thinking about this. I once was in a taxi in Speyside.
Yep.
And there was a guy, the taxi driver was an ex-stillman for a couple of the distilleries up in Speyside. And we're talking about what we do and stuff like that. And he said that there's no need to pay over £50 for a bottle of whiskey. I don't agree with that completely. I think there's no need to pay over around about £120 for a good bottle of whiskey. Because once you get to £50, and it's always about taste regardless. You know, you can buy the cheapest thing if you like it, like it. But, I mean, this kind of taste, and you'll see with this one as well, it's like incredible. Fair enough, that was around 90, but it is a committee release, it is a limited run, etc., etc. So you can understand the pricing. But for something like this, I mean, you can buy this all day long, and you wouldn't. This tastes like a £110 whiskey, in my opinion. So I don't think he's right. I think there's too much of a personal taste influence there, and the other thing is that it's more about finding ones that you like and being prepared to spend that money on it. So yeah, that was it for the Bunnahahbain Toiteach Ada.
Smashing wee tipple.
That's great, isn't it?
Smashing,
Thank you very much.